It's your boy Yang here on the Bears channel with Smoo.
Yo, what's up?
And if you dream of carrying on Marvel Rivals, but you work 40, 60 hours a week, take care of a family, or this is your first hero shooter, this video is for you. And today we got a little twist from the content. Um, we are going to be ranting. We're going to be talking about an issue that has been annoying for both of us in our experience playing Marvel Rivals after work or in our free time, which is people asking you to swap. So, Smooth, let me hear what you got to say. Just get us rolling with this, because I know you deal with that a lot as a tank main.
Oh my gosh, bro. Every fucking game. Ooh, watch my mouth. All I hear is, can we get a
Let it
shield
rip.
tank?
Let it rip. Let it rip,
Can
man.
we get a shield tank, bro? Like, no, I don't want to play Strange. I don't want to play Magneto. I pick Thor. I pick Angela. I know what I'm doing. Like, and it's so annoying because you'll say no or don't even say anything, and people just immediately want to surrender or just give up in general. Like, they just don't even want to try to make something different work and don't know nothing even happened yet, right? Like nothing happened yet. We're still in spawn room picking characters and people just like, oh, can we get a shield tank? I think we need a shield tank here. Like, no. And like it's so annoying, bro. Like people just don't want to, they feel as though, I guess, like we need to stick to the status quo. Like we always need a Magneto just because he's considered quote unquote the best tank in the game. Like I'm tired of it, bro. Like we can figure the game out. Like let's play and see how it goes. And if we need to make adjustments, we can. But that also still doesn't mean we need to swap our character. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
uh,
I feel you, man. Like, and it's just so irritating when I think about how often people blame the character, blame a character over thinking about their positioning. Like, I think there was a game that we won, and it was like I think it was the Spider Island match, and pretty much like we were the tanks. I think we were dual tanking that game, and we went right side, and we pinged, and we kept telling them, hey, let's just go right side. We died the first time we went. Then the second time, the team finally decided to commit, and we finally like made it work. But when we were walking like down the general like main of pushing the cart, we were getting fried. And I feel like that was a situation where like people, oh, Groot, you need to switch, or whoever you need to switch, and it's like it wasn't a character problem, it was a positioning problem. It's just like, okay, we see that it's not working here, let's switch up how we're doing it, not necessarily switch up the entire composition. And this leads me to something else, right? You have the do I need to swap teammates, and then you have the I'm gonna swap every time I die teammate. And I feel
oh
like
my god.
arguably that's more of a that's more throwing behavior than the person who doesn't swap. The person who doesn't swap, at least I have time to understand your patterns. I have time to figure out how you're playing. The person that swaps, it's like you were out there with the Spider-Man, and oh, you're all right. I'm playing Widow, and you uppercutted the team. I got a free headshot on one of the healers, but then it's like you die, and then now you come back and you're freaking Iron Fist. What the hell? Like, I can't even adapt to how you're playing. So it's like you're damn near throwing because I don't even know how to play with you because you switched 5, 6 times. Like I'm tired of that. Just pick your character. Just pick like I think this is my final thing. I feel like in a game, the max use of switch is 2 to 3 times, and
I
and
agree.
the second time, the third time really might be if it's like OT and things are just not working. If you switch more than 3 times in the match, maybe it ain't there. It just ain't for you. It's not your dub, bro. It's let it go. It's not for you.
Yes, we have to normalize, like you said, like losing fights or dying, right? Like it's going to happen. Just because you lost one or two fights doesn't mean that the whole composition needs to change, right? There's been plenty of times where teams will take first or second point with, just easily, right? And it happens, but that doesn't mean that, the characters are the problem. Right, and there are instances where some swaps make sense, right? Like I think the only swap that I'm like cool with, and I've even tried it myself a couple times, is like the strange portal, right? Like, okay, we need to hurry up and get back to point. Like, that makes some sense, right? Like, okay, like it's a little cheesy at the end of the day, right? Like, just take your L, to be honest, because you lost some ult charge, but still, like, it makes some sense, right? But you know what I mean? Like, some other, I guess, pros to swapping is if you want to have like a more favorable matchup, or you want to play a character that synergizes with your teammates a little bit better, like try to lean into like a team up to maybe help out another teammate or something like that, or things of that nature. But just swapping just to say like, oh, this isn't working, so I'm just gonna try something different with no rhyme or reason is like, what's the point of swapping? Like, you're better off figuring out what the issue is and try to figure it out on your own with your current character than you are just swapping just to say that, oh, just to please your teammates on your, you know, your teammates that keep asking you to swap because you're 1 in 5 on Captain America. Like, what,
Yep.
bro?
Well,
Like
well, that
play
that
with
goes
me.
into the next thing, right? Where and you mentioned this, like your proficiency dropping as you switch into characters that you don't know how to play, and I feel like that's something that is really slept on. Like, if my best character, I mean, most people have their history private now, but let's say my best character is Psylocke. I'll just say that's my best character. If my Psylocke is getting clapped in this game and I gotta switch to another DPS, right? And let's say I have other characters I'm proficient at. I feel like I'm pretty decent at Hella, but Hella gets banned a lot this season. And you're asking me to play Bucky, just know you're getting a D tier level Bucky because I just haven't put enough time in the game. And I feel like thinking about that is important too. And sometimes people do, I'll give credit to the people who do say in the chat, oh, well, if we need XYZ character, I have them in my back pocket. That is helpful. But just asking me to switch to a shield tank or switch to Strange, and it's like I don't know how to play Strange, because if I knew how to play Strange, I would have picked him. That's just like, what are we doing here? Like you're borderline trying to rage bait me or tilt me when it's like you could well be the problem. Like you could be the issue. It could be like you're a squirrel girl and you're going to flank every time instead of just spamming down main. But now it's my fault that I'm not in the position that you want me to be. That'd be blowing me, bro. And I'm gonna try to keep it PG because I'm about to start cussing again. But hey, you know what
I
I'm
already
saying?
broke
Like,
it, bro.
yeah, I'm sorry, if y'all don't know by now. Y'all need to have some headphones on when y'all listen to us, bro. Like, are you listening on the way to work? Just a little something. I don't know how other people feel though. This is my experience. Like, and personally, I feel like we need to have a intermediate mode. And I mentioned this to you before, Smooth, where some days when I might get off work or like I just let's just say it's the weekend and I'm just chilling, I really might not want to play competitive. I just want to have a longer quick play. Like that's really what I want sometimes. Like I want to be able to fight the team on both sides, but it doesn't mean I necessarily want to be in competitive because shit at this point, sorry, keep it real with y'all, half the people that play the game is brain dead. I know when to let this shit go. You get what I'm saying? Like I didn't woke up early in the morning, did my routine, went to work, talked to family, talked to friends, ran errands, did XYZ, worked on my little side business, whatever the case is, and I got 90 minutes on the game. I'm I'm not about to. I'm not playing this like we're in a tournament to make $100,000. We're in diamond, bro. What are you talking about? We're in the middle of the distribution curve. We are not at the top, and we're not at the bottom. Why are you playing like we're the NBA Finals? And you can't. You're not even Steph Curry. You're not. You're not anybody that's top tier. You're not any. I'm saying Steph Curry. Like that's how you know that's my age. That's not even the new talent anymore. You know what I'm saying? But that just be blowing me. Like, why are we getting on the game acting like this is championship ball? Let's just play the fundamentals well, do the best that we can, and live with that outcome. Like, bros, like what was the game? I'm a celestial uh widowmaker,
Widow.
and you're
Oh
in
my
diamond getting
god.
clapped. What are you talking about, bro?
He's like,
Why
I
are you
don't need a
telling me
man
about?
to
Yeah,
boost.
like,
Like, what, bro?
and you getting clapped, and I give up. You gave up on the first point because all of us are ass. Oh, we're ass now. Okay, all right, just leave. People be at. I feel like if you hit that surrender button, just DC. You might as well DC because you're not gonna try anyway. Just let it go. Just go all the way. But you're not really about that life because if you were, you still give a fuck about your rank. Because if you didn't care as much as you showed, or you really had that much apathy, you would just turn the PC off, turn the console off. But you don't. You stay because somewhere in your heart you still want to win, and you're afraid to admit that.
Yup. That you're absolutely right, bro. And like, even go back to your comment about like, oh, like you're not even Steph Curry. Like, like you said, they really be trash at the game, telling me that I'm the problem. Like, and I'm the one that needs to swap. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, and kind of just back to what I was saying earlier, like we need to figure out what the issue is. You know what I mean? Like it's not a character swap won't solve all your problems. Like you said in the dive video, right? Like as soon as Spider-Man comes in, soon as Venom comes in, everyone's asking for what character? Namor. Like, bro, he's not a like, so now you want somebody to swap to the character that doesn't even counter dive. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, I think you said like all he does is like stall, and which is true, right? Like, he's not a true counter. Like, there's very few characters that could shut down the whole play style. You know what I mean? The only one is Bucky, that I would argue, and even
Yeah.
that sometimes is a stretch if you know how to play around his cooldowns. You know what I mean? So it's just like y'all want people to swap characters because y'all don't understand how to actually counterplay that's really what it is, right? And it's just like, bro, like what do we always preach? Play the game, take your L's, learn from them, and then do better next time. You're going to get better. Like the swapping your character is rarely ever the problem. Is your character and the fact that you need to swap. Like, but yeah, I get so mad that I see Shield Tank. Honestly, I be trying to play Marvel Rivals Bingo. Like, how many times is someone going to tell me to swap to a shield tank in the game? How many times is when a Spider-Man comes, a Namor is going to pop up on my team? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit happens every single time. Like, I'd be drunk if we were drinking playing the game. Like, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
we
Like,
got we got to
it'd be
do a drunk
crazy,
a drunk every what you said Marvel Rivals bingo. Every time you
yeah.
hear
Like,
that, you got to take a shot or something like that.
bro, like
Oh,
I'd be cooked after the
I'll
first
be
hour.
burnt, burnt.
Bro, it just makes no sense, and it's so frustrating when it's just like, like we're the only ones, it feels like, that think this way, at least in our elo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And like I said, like I'm not gonna say swapping is never the answer, but I just want us as a community to put a little bit more thought into why we are currently losing and how a specific character swap will make the difference.
yes, and I think you made a good point where like I feel like maybe sometimes the focus should not always be on countering. Like there's situations where I feel like a team that like I'm playing a match and I believe we have a better composition than the other team. They're just playing their comp better than us. And I don't want us to switch our composition. I just want us to play our composition better. And I think in the like metal ranks or lower elos, like I don't always feel like the fundamental decision is to counter the other team. Why am I going to change everything I'm doing to counter what they're doing instead of just finding what works for us? Like I don't understand why that's never a thought. I don't get why it's not okay, they're doing this very very well. Let's do what we can do very well. Like if it's if there's a brawl comp, you have a brawl comp, or let's say you are playing that strange against dive. Well, if you're strange, right, you kind of want to poke, right? So you might want to set your team up to position themselves where it's hard for the enemy team to dive. Like you might just play around the corner, so if they do decide to dive, they might not be in LOS from their healers or LOS to get back to their resources, and you're forcing them to be in a better a worse position. So the dive might work in certain areas, but it's not going to work in all areas. And I feel like people should focus more on improving how they play their composition, which will help them get fundamentally better, versus just let me just counter. Because then what happens when you run into that again and the counter doesn't work? And that's what be happening to a lot of people.
A lot of times, bro, people be swapping for us and it don't work. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like I'm playing Angela and they go Thing, Invisible Woman. It's not a harder game, but I have won against Things and Wonder Woman's and Bucky's. You know what I mean? Like it's it's not just the one size fits all answer that everybody wants. And I think that's maybe another thing. Like people just want the easy route. Like, oh, X person said this Y character works against Z character. Okay, I'm just going to do that because that's the easy answer, quote unquote. And it worked a couple times in the video that I saw and the last match that I played. But it's not going to work every time, like you just said, right? Like literally. So, um, And I'm all for wanting easy answers, especially as someone that doesn't have the time to play the game as much, right? Like, and I do want to win. I'm a very competitive person. We both are, right?
Mm.
But sometimes the easy answer isn't the fun answer though either. Like, I'd rather lose having fun playing the character I want to play than not have fun trying to play a character that I don't want to play and then still lose.
Yeah, that's a sleeper one. No one talks about that. How you can count quote unquote counter swap and still lost. That's the goofiest. I said this a bunch of videos before. If you counter swap and you still lose, you are the goofiest nigga on the planet. You go grab that dunce hat, go sit in the corner, go walk around with that shirt at the next Comic Con with I am a goofy. You counter swap, right? Because this was your big brain play, and you still take that L. You are weird. That's just what it is. I'm not even gonna say you're weird. That's extreme. That's extreme. But it's goofy. And look, trust me, I've been there before. I didn't put the
Mm-hmm.
goofy hat on. The goof. I'm a
Multiple
goofy
times.
shirt multiple times because I was just stressed out, and I'm tired of getting flamed in the chat, and I didn't have the big brain. You know, now I just mute everything. I ain't hearing none of that. You're not disturbing my matrix. But I've been there, and that's just goofy. Get better. It doesn't, and sometimes getting better means you lose. That's the thing that people don't like hearing. But let's wrap this video up, guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Let us know how you feel about being told to swap. Let us know if you feel like we are the ones that are throwing your games and we choose not to swap. Either way, look, I'm gonna enjoy myself in my 2 hours that I have on Marvel Rivals. And any last words from you, Smooth?
I echo everything you just said. I'm going to enjoy my limited time on the game and play who I want to play. So, GG.
GG.